Hey there, all my October 31st babies. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. You are the day of attentiveness. So we're going to go ahead and get into your page in the Secret Language of Birthdays book. And then we'll do your numerology, your tarot, your health, and your advice. And we'll save the celebrities for the end because a lot of them aren't known. This book has been around for quite some time. You will recognize some of them though, but for those of you that might get bored and tuned out by all the old sounding names, I'll save it till the end. I'm going to do that for everybody from here on out. And one quick thing, if you ever want a personal astrology or tarot reading from me, it's rotation411.com. And definitely, if you're single and you believe in astrology at all, check out moonmatch.love. It's an astrology dating site. It's fairly new. There's a lot of people waiting in there to be matched with you, okay? So with that being said, let's hop into it. You are the day of attentiveness. October 31st people pride themselves on being meticulous observers and executors of detail. Their ability to concentrate all of their energy allows them to cut through obstructions thrown up in their way. This laser-like intensity also makes them formidable adversaries. However, October 31st people are not in general overly aggressive. They can in fact display a sweet and even gentle exterior which belies their harder side. In personal relationships, they are caring and protective. But underneath, October 31st people of both sexes have a kind of warrior mentality working, and it can on occasion land them in plenty of trouble. Sometimes after the fact, it will seem as if trouble is just what they were after, but not from their point of view. As far as they are concerned, they only attack when provoked. Actually, those born on this day may have problems with assertiveness. For short of this kind of all-out reaction, they can behave in an overly accommodating manner. In other words, they are often too nice and come to regret it later when they have been let down or unappreciated. This can lead to real depression, which after all is only anger driven inside. Combat, whether physical or mental, is a recurrent theme for those born on this day. The warrior mentality is one that enjoys the challenges of great odds. The challenge of great odds is capable of exercising restraint, suffering privations, including lack of food, drink, and sleep, and bearing pain. Those born on this day often take pride in their eschewing of comforts and luxuries and their ability to handle any surprising or dangerous situation that arises instantly. Mental training is thus key to the development of an October 31st personality. It sounds like you guys are very resilient and very disciplined, or that you develop it in your lifetime. October 31st people do not give ground easily. They have keen critical minds adept at ferreting out falsehoods and insecurities. They love quote-unquote detective work and often take an active interest in both criminality and daring exploits. Calculated risks may attract them, but they are by no means reckless daredevils. They are nonetheless accident-prone and can be rather unlucky at certain crucial points in their lives, which they initially take very hard. However, in the face of such adversity, they are determined in their efforts to turn their luck around and often succeed in doing so. Those born on this day must not let small things irritate them or push their buttons. The key to October 31st power is concentration. If this is broken, those born on this day may become confused and therefore vulnerable in extreme situations. October 31st people will always strive to give their all when they believe in an ideal or a person. They must, however, learn to deal with rejection and emotional disappointments, since quality rather than quantity is central to their work ethic. They may at times give an impression of passivity accompanied by a lack of drive and ambition. This is primarily due to their sense of restraint and disinterest in attracting undue attention. Okay, so now we're going to get into your numbers. Those born on the 31st day of the month are ruled by the number 4, 3 plus 1 equals 4, and by the planet Uranus. Since only 7 months have a 31st day, it is a less common number for a birthday, and the people born on this day are often difficult to fathom. Those ruled by the number 4 can be stubborn or argumentative, and often see things differently from everyone else. The planet Uranus makes those ruled by the number 4 quick and explosive in their change of mood. This quality is accentuated for October 31st people by the double influence of Pluto and Mars, ruler of Scorpio, and co-ruler respectively. Mars is your co-ruler of Scorpio, and Scorpio is your traditional, Pluto is your modern ruler, which can make them suddenly and darkly combative. Tarot is the fourth card of the major arcana, which is the Emperor. So there's the picture of the Emperor there. It's generally Aries card, which is Mars ruled as well, but I do feel like because Mars, Aries and Scorpio are both Mars ruled, there are some similarities there. So you may have that more so than other Scorpios, also maybe those born on November 4th. All right, so the Emperor, who rules over worldly things through wisdom, the primary source of his power. The Emperor is stable and wise. The force of his authority cannot be questioned. The positive associations of this card are strong willpower and steadfast energy. Negative indications include stubbornness, tyranny, even brutality. And then your health advice is October 31st, people must take special care of their health if they wish to remain alert and able to function as described earlier. Getting plenty of sleep and eating well are key to their staying in good shape. Those born on this day should learn to cook for themselves, if they don't already know how, and regulate a diet built around vegetables and grains with a limited meat intake. The October 31st nature demands vigorous exercise, and if those born on this day don't get it, they run the risk of building up harmful stress, probably because you have that extra Mars rulership. Competitive sports and gymnastics may satisfy their needs, but some October 31st people may wish to go even further and take part in combative activities such as boxing, jiu-jitsu, karate, kung fu, or kendo. Tai Chi is recommended for developing grace, patience, and control. Sexually, October 31st people need lots of activity, but because of their selectivity, may limit themselves to only a few partners. Your advice is push yourself a little more. Achievements are important. You have to drop your guard to let someone in. Doubt less, trust more, and try to be less critical and argumentative. Cultivate diplomacy. Self-assurance is key, and your meditation is the greatest battles are fought within yourself, within oneself. Your strengths, keywords, are caring, observant, and indomitable. Your weaknesses are self-efficacy, effacing. So you might have some self-deprecating humor, and then easily irritated and resentful. Those are the weaknesses. So now we're going to go into your celebrities born on your day. And you will recognize a couple of them generally, but this book has been around for quite some time, like I said, so you may not recognize a lot of them. They're like a lot of them are historical figures, so if you've studied history, you may recognize more of them. We have Jan Vermeer. She was a Dutch 17th century painter credited with just over 40 works, including The Milkmaid, The Love Letter. Then we have John Keats. He was a British romantic lyric poet, physician. He died of tuberculosis at age 25. We were talking about a Keats in our Outer Planets series. We're reading the Outer Planets book, and I feel like there's a Keats mentioned a lot in there. I wonder, but it was 3 names, like a middle name. I don't know if it was like John Michael Keats or something. Now I'm like, I don't want to take too long here, but I'm wondering. It would take me a minute to look it up, but if that strikes your interest, check that series out. There's a playlist on the channel, Rotation 411. All right, so then we have Chiang Kai-shek, who is a Chinese generalissimo, a president, and he was the president of Republic of China. Kuomintang Party was his political party. He escaped with the army to Taiwan, defended the island against mainland China. Then we have Dan Rather, who is an American TV journalist and CBS anchor. A lot of you might know who he is, especially if you're in the U.S. Then we have Ethel Waters. She's a spiritual singer, radio, TV, and film actress. We have Michael Landon, who is a TV actor. He was on Little House on the Prairie. I believe he's the father. And he was Little Joe of Bonanza. And then he was a producer, director, and writer as well. Excuse me. We have John Candy, who's a film, TV actor, and comedian. He's very famous in the U.S. in the 90s. We have Jane Pauley, who's a TV host, journalist on Good Morning America. Frank Shorter, U.S. Olympic marathon gold medalist, first American to win an event since 1908, and a sports commentator. at the time, was the first American to win an event. That the time that he won the marathon. Lord Nathaniel Meyer Rothschild, who was a British biophysicist, business research executive, and counter-espionage expert. Then we have Gavril Popov, who was the first elected mayor of Moscow. Then we have Marion Chase, who founded the dance therapy as a profession. We have Helmut Newton, who is a famous photographer. We have Illinois Jacquet, a jazz tenor saxophonist. We have Robin Moore, who was a writer and wrote The Green Berets and co-wrote The French Connection and was also a Condor paperback publisher. I feel like I've seen books published by Condor before. And the picture here is Vermeer's Milkmaid Detail. So I'm not sure if that's of Vermeer or if that's of her work. She painted the Milkmaid. So this was Vermeer's Milkmaid painting. Okay. And then we have Sally Kirkland. She's a film actress. Dale Evans is a cowgirl film actress. And she was a singer and she was married to Roy Rogers. And then we have Booker Irvine, jazz tenor saxophonist. Richard B. Bernstein, who was a Fem to chemistry pioneer. And he had developed the atom-molecule collision theory. And then we have Tom Paxton, a folk singer. So this concludes the October 31st Halloween Babies birthday video. You are Scorpio week 1, so do stay tuned. If you're watching it today, October 31st, 2024, I haven't posted it yet, but keep an eye out, like and subscribe, and you'll be notified. I might try to record it really quick, and then I'll pin it for all the Scorpio week 1s. Let's see, when does it go to week 2? Is it after you guys? No, November 1st is also, and November 2nd is also Scorpio week 1. So, I'll put it in the description at the top. It'll be the first link, and then I'll pin it in the comments below when I get around to it. I might try to knock it out real quick for you guys. If you want a personal reading from me, it's rotation411.com, and I really highly recommend if you're single and you believe in astrology at all to check out moonmatch.love. It's a database where you can be matched with someone that you're very astrologically compatible with. So I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and light.